Hey there guys, and welcome back to the channel. So we're going to continue our conversation here in the Marvel Cinematic Universe. I've literally just finished making a video about Elizabeth Olsen's return to the Scarlet Witch character in the upcoming Avengers movies. So if you're interested in that story, look in the description down below. I'll put a link to that video. But in this video, we're going to be focusing on Jon Bernthal's The Punisher character. What this guy has done with the Punisher character is nothing short of incredible. When the guy's on screen, it's just incredible because the guy is having a conversation and literally, at the flick of a switch, he will just destroy everybody in the entire room in like 5 seconds. The guy is literally a Swiss Army knife. He's a gigantic kind of weapon of mass destruction, this guy, and he'll just kill everyone on screen in 5 seconds, and it can happen at any time when he's on screen, and it blows my mind. And the guy is he has this like intimidating, imposing kind of presence as well. And Jon Bernthal, man, he just really radiates this character, and he does a great job. But it looks like he could be getting a new season of The Punisher, and it looks like it could be a continuation of the Netflix Punisher series, which is very, very interesting. So let's dive into this article, let's break down some of this information and news, and see what's going on with the Punisher character now that he's in the MCU. So this comes to us from the comicbookmovie.com. So, rumor, the Punisher Disney Plus revival expected to be a continuation of the Netflix series. So yeah, they're doing the same sort of thing with the Daredevil Born Again. It's kind of a loose continuation of the Daredevil Netflix show. And now it looks like they're potentially doing the same thing here with the Punisher, which makes sense because the Punisher is going to be appearing in the Daredevil Born Again series. So keeping the continuity kind of the same, it absolutely makes sense that they would go this route. So let's take a look at this information here. So there have been rumblings online about Marvel Studio moving forward with The Punisher Season 3 on Disney Plus for a while now. In fact, Daniel Rickman shared the rumor again yesterday. So again, for those of you who may not know, I'll just go over this quickly. If you're a new viewer or subscriber, Daniel Rickman is a movie scooper on social media, platforms like X. Breaks a lot of movie news before the trades, gets things right more often than not. He broke the fact that the Superman trailer was dropping on a specific date. He got that right, so just bear that in mind. But sometimes he does get things wrong as well, so, you know, take this with a grain of salt, as I always say. Daniel Rickman shared the rumor again yesterday. We don't know whether Frank Castle was part of Daredevil Born Again before the show's creative overhaul, but Jon Bernthal's return as the violent vigilante has been welcomed by fans. Absolutely, like I say, this guy is just, I don't know what it is, man, but Jon Bernthal, the actor, he's on screen in the Punisher gear, and he just radiates this imposing, deadly assassin vibe, and he's just unpredictable. He's like a loose cannon, and you just don't know what he's going to do, when he's going to do it, and just, like I say, just a crazed guy, and he just plays the role so damn well. A new scooper on the scene, at Beyond Reporter, okay, that's the first time I've heard of this person, at Beyond Reporter, has chimed in to say that the Punisher revival will likely follow in the footsteps of Daredevil Born Again by serving as a season 3 of sorts to the first 2 seasons which originally debuted on Netflix. Yeah, like I say, because they're doing the same thing with kind of like the Punisher Born Again series, kind of a loose continuation of the Netflix, it would make sense that the Punisher series would go the same route to keep the continuity with these two characters kind of in a similar way. So those received a mostly positive response from fans and critics. They did sometimes veer a little too far away from the comics by focusing on the conspiracy surrounding the death of Frank Castle's family. Hopefully Marvel Television can pull together all the best bits to make the series that does right by the Punisher. For what it's worth, this leaker has also claimed that we're getting an Agatha All Along Season 2. I have to be one of these negative Nancys right now. I tried Agatha All Along. I really, really didn't like the show whatsoever. I know a lot of people did. I just couldn't get on board with it. There was something about it that just didn't interest me. I didn't gel with it for whatever reason. I would love to see the Agatha character, like in an Avengers movie as a supporting character, like written in a different style. But I just found the show just too cheesy, too campy. I don't know. It just wasn't for me. Jessica Jones Season 4, depending on how well received Daredevil Born Again is, and potentially even a new take on the Runaways. Quote, he exists very strongly inside me, and I care about the character deeply, Bernthal said of his MCU debut return last year. Quote, I also know that it's absolutely essential that if we do it right, and we have a real sacred integrity to the source material and to what is at the core of Frank. Yeah, well, I mean, that makes sense, doesn't it? But it sounds great to hear an actor actually caring about what he's doing rather than just being there for a paycheck, so to speak. Quote, I think there's a reason why that character has resonated so deeply and strongly as he has. He continued in the hearts and minds of comic book fans and the first responders and people in the military and people all over the world. I think there's a little bit of Frank Castle in everybody. He exists very strongly inside me and I care about the character deeply. He added, I'm going to do my absolute best to make sure if we do it right. And yeah, that's pretty much where it is. And we have another quote here. We feel the same way. Bernthal was so great in the role, and I can't wait for you to see him again on screen in this series, and there's absolutely a future for him in the MCU afterwards. So it sounds like they do have a lot of plans going forward with Jon Bernthal's The Punisher. He's going to be around for a long time, which is great, because I say the casting of Jon Bernthal as the Punisher was just incredible, and the guy does such an amazing job, and you can tell on screen that he really, really cares deeply about the character, and that comes through in his performance. He's not phoning it in, and you know, he does a great job. So Daredevil Born Again premieres on Disney Plus on March 4th, 2025. So we're just a few months away now from Daredevil Born Again. If this show comes out and it's a disappointment by any metric, fans are going to revolt, because they've been waiting a long time for this Daredevil to reappear in the MCU. Obviously, I know he appeared in that scene of Spider-Man, but, you know, that wasn't really an appearance, so to speak. It was like a small cameo role. But, yeah, people will revolt. People will riot in the streets if this Daredevil show is bad. Basically, they've gone back and retooled the whole show. The budget is probably massive, and yeah, it needs to be a good show. But guys, there we are. So it looks like Jon Bernthal's The Punisher season coming to Disney Plus is going to be a connection to the Netflix series. The same route as kind of what they're doing with Daredevil Born Again. But this is incredible. I can't wait to see more of this character on screen. I can't wait to see the Punisher pop up in Daredevil Born Again. I hope he wrecks a load of fools in that movie, in that series, sorry. So I throw it off to you. What do you think about this? Would you be excited for Jon Bernthal to come back, have his own Punisher season, and it to be a loose connection to what happened over in the Netflix continuity? Do you think it's a good idea? Do you think it's a bad idea? Love to know your thoughts down below in the comment section, guys. As always, be sure to hit that like and become a subscriber of the channel if you haven't already. It goes a long way to supporting the content, so I really, really appreciate that. And as always, I will see you in the next video.